Okay, okay. Today, let's continue where we left. So, what is mean by project preparation in one word? Can somebody tell me? Project preparation. What exactly we will do? Do you work anything on SAP system? You log in into the SAP system and do you do anything there? No. I'm asking in a real time to implement the SAP ECC, we have a accelerated methodology. Okay. The first phase is a project preparation. Okay. In a project preparation, does anyone will log into the SAP? Does anyone see the SAP system? Freshers don't know. I know that, but as you have some experience, I'm just asking you. If you know it, tell me. In project preparation phase, there is no system involvement here. Everything is management. Okay, everything is no alignment, planning. Okay, introduction. So everything will be done in a project preparation. Once we are done with the project preparation, here in a business blueprint phase, we start to know getting to know each other. Let's say IT people will get to know business people will get to know IT people. Why they need to know each other? Because there only the communication will build and they'll start telling their business requirement. You understand it, you record it, you find out a as is process, you find out a gaps in a sense what is not there in your SAP system. Okay, it's not only the individual you are alone working in a project. There are people, senior people. There is a hierarchy in each department. So we need to have a certain skill sets. Otherwise, it's not easy to deliver a project. Okay, somebody is very good in FI, somebody is good in CO, somebody is good in few areas in CO, somebody is good in very good in some areas in FI. Okay, there could be a combination we needed based on a client requirement. When the recruiter recruiting you, they know it what is needed for that particular project perspective. That way only they'll take you interview. So don't feel anywhere like if you're giving an interview, if you fail to crack that interview, don't feel that because that is their requirement. They're asking that. Okay. So there could be one more project where your skills exactly matches. Okay. You have to keep on trying. In one day, you will understand whole process, end-to-end process, end-to-end topics will be covered, and everything will be easy cake for you. You have to wait for that time. That's all. Okay, we identify the gaps and finally, so how their system is going to be designed in SAP, that document we call it as a to be document. Okay, why exactly we are now preparing a blueprint document? What if we don't prepare a blueprint document? What is the reason behind it? So in general, you tell me, not in terms of SAP, in general. Correct. And also, you are not permanent. I am not permanent to work for that client, right? You may work for 1 year, 2 years later, you left the organization, you join somewhere. Some new person will come and start working here, right? If somebody is there, somebody is not there, it doesn't matter to the organizations. They have to run seamlessly. Okay. So by seeing a blueprint document, 70 to 80% of a process, they'll understand easily. Okay. That is the reason in IT industry or maybe in a BPOs also, whatever processes are not doing, they'll ask you to prepare a PPTs, SOPs, no, standard operating procedures. Likewise, in IT, we have a HOT, it is a blueprint, okay, where we have everything captured. So it will be, and the other point is, I am telling you, you are recording my business requirement. And later you ask me to review it and sign up. I need to give you a sign up from business end, right? Why you need a sign up? If my understanding is going wrong, if you are not pointing me, and if you are giving blindly approval, what will happen? Later I'll configure or I'll build the system which is not going to work for your requirement, right? It will go wrong. That is the reason in this blueprint phase, we capture a requirement. Later, we'll send for the representative. Let's say high level representatives will be there from a business. They know each and every point in a business because they may work from last 15 years, 20 years in the same organization. That is where they'll go. They'll go in that position. Okay. So they'll review it. Hey, your understanding is wrong. Can you please make it changes? I want to this. If you need a clarification, let's have one more call. Okay, and let's discuss. Later on, after doing a final discussion, whatever output will come, they'll thoroughly review and they'll sign off. Okay, so they'll give a sign off. Once they gave a sign off, we need a system now. In this realization phase only, we need a system. Until realization, nobody want SAP system. Maybe if they want to see, the client want to see prior only SAP system, how it look like, and I just want to see. You just post one vendor invoice. I am very curious to see. Can you show me? In that case, so IT provider. Who is IT provider here? Who is for whom we selected? Like say we are the functional consultants, right? We are working with the Infosys system. In Infosys, there might be one sandbox system. Okay, one sandbox system is there to show all the clients to get the deals right without giving a workshop, without showing the no application to the business. They'll not know it and they'll not agree you the no contract. So there they might be seen, but whatever application they buy, so they'll not buy now. Also, they'll not buy. They'll just negotiate with SAP and they'll be doing here and there. Once the blueprint is done, when a realization happens, in a realization phase, if our blueprint is approved in a second phase, then we have a system, configured here. So in a landscape, we have a, let's say, minimum three systems are needed. What are the minimum three systems we needed in a system landscape point of view? Swati, not Swati, Jahnavi. Yeah, Shishkant. Let Jahnavi answer the question. I need to understand who all are following the class. Jahnavi, what is a basic system landscape is needed? Are you there? Sujit, can you tell me? Yeah, whenever I ask a question, immediately unmute yourself, answer, and mute again. Yeah, go on, Jahnavi. What is the basic system landscape we need? So again, Sujit, can you tell me? No, okay, nobody's telling. Hello, who's it? Neha? Okay, who will tell me what is the basic system landscape is needed? Yeah, go on, Sujit. Yeah, hmm, go on. Correct. I just want to understand from you why are you calling always server server? Server could be one only. I told you, right? The same server can be captured the data of development, data of a quality, data of a production. So if you are giving this statement, the interviewer might get more questions to ask you. Okay, don't give that chance. If they ask a straightforward question, what is the basic system landscape or what is the system landscape you work for? You have to tell, we have a development system, quality system, and production system. That's all. Okay. So here in a realization phase, do we really need all three systems? Do we really need all three systems? Which system we need? For in realization. In realization, only development system only needed. Here we will ask basis team to set up a development system. We will not ask, our project manager will ask. Why he'll ask? So he'll not ask immediately also. Just think as a planning. So maybe close to blueprint sign offs. Maybe in next 10 days, we are going to get a blueprint sign off. In that time only, he'll give a into a basis theme and hey, in 10 days, we are going to get approval for a blueprint document. Please go ahead and you configure the development system. what he'll do, he'll arrange the development system ready for the client. Okay. So once we have a development system, what we will do, we have a development system ready. What he'll do is he'll create how many members are there in a project. Let's say including project manager, we have 33. Let's say for 32 people, he created a usernames and passwords. And also there is a separate team, S&D team, security and authorization team. Later, once you get the username and password to log into the SAP development system, what this guy will do is the project manager will give a list to this guy. So and so person is this person is belongs to this skill set. Likewise, FICO, MMSD. Okay. So this person will only give that particular access only. He will not give you more or not less. In a criteria wise also, let's say in FSCO also, a senior will have a different no, set of access, junior will have a set of access. Okay. What I mean to say is highest authority, highest access will be for a senior, maybe moderate access for a no, average person, let's say 5 years experience, maybe associate will have some kind of accesses. Why do we need to restrict the access here? What if everybody has all the access? What is wrong with that? Everybody can work, right? Why do we need to restrict the access based on their job roles? Can anyone tell me? If one person having all application accesses, what will happen? What is the wrong in that? So based on a seniority, they'll give a access in a particular module. Let's say in FICO, senior will have a different access, and average person will have a different access. Beginner will have different access. Yes. My question is, why can't FICO consultant have basis access or a ABAP access? Why? What is the wrong in that? And also, like others, SD consultant, why can't he have a ABAP access or a basis access? What is the wrong in that? Just think practically, reality. You think why they'll not give? Hmm. 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 Correct. This is the right answer. Okay. So, as a functional consultant, my role is to perform FICO activities. However, I know bits and pieces of a knowledge on ABAP side or basis. I have a SD knowledge. Maybe I have a HRM knowledge. I have a plant and maintenance. I have a sales and distribution knowledge. If I have a access, all access, if I have, what I'll do is a real ABAPer will do something. I'll go and I'll disturb his configuration, right? His coding I'll disturb. Real SD consultant will go and he'll do some configuration. I'll go and I'll disturb this. So that it's not that easy, okay, to find out what is going wrong, where it is going wrong. It's always very big deal in a project. You may think, you may go on, you change one simple configuration for basis consultant or maybe for SD consultant. Okay. To find out that sometimes maybe it is easy, sometimes maybe 1 or 2 days also it will take. Right. That is the reason, based on your job role, what you're supposed to do, that access only will be given. If you have excess access also, you should not use those functionalities. If at all, if there is any criticality, you need to use that. Maybe you need to inform your manager, I have this access to do so one so testing. I'm just activating. Once my testing is done, I'll just revert the change. Whatever change you did, you have to back out. Okay. There are processes, but we are going to discuss in detail when reality comes in. Okay. Now you understood. We have a development system. Everybody has access. to the system and we logged in. Okay. Next, what will happen is, can somebody tell me what will happen next? Next, in a blueprint, blueprint only consists of only FSO data, not a basis data, not a SD data, not a HR data, not a SD data, data. Hmm. Hmm. Correct. Correct. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. There will be a segregation also here based on your roles. But let's say in your FICO team, how many members are there? There are five members, I guess, right? There are five members. Two are senior resources and three are the associates. Now tell me how they'll agree, how they'll go in agreement and how they are going to perform these activities. So can someone or else can one person do everything? Is that possible to perform? Correct. 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 If I am a team lead, what I'll do is I'll have an internal call with my team members. Okay, let's have a friendly call. Hey, tell me these are the total topics we are going to configure in a system as per this client requirement. So tell me based on your experiences, which topic are you very sure and you are good to do it without any concerns. Concerns can be there, but minimal concerns. But mostly you can handle. Tell me. I'll take a names and I'll take a topics from everybody. Based on that, what I'll do, I'll assign the work. Okay. So not only I'm talking about the FI team only. Likewise, SD, everybody will have a separate calls and they'll assign the work. And simultaneously, people will start configuring. It's not that easy. Okay. So while executing the project, based on a blueprint only, we'll do. So whatever written in a blueprint, we have to do that only. And in a blueprint, let's say, while you're writing something based on a business requirement, most of the things will be in a business language. Okay. If you have a corporate office, where you have a corporate office, what is the address of it? Everything. It's a simple thing to big thing. How they want to report. So in a business requirement gathering, so first we have to strictly understand what kind of business he is doing. What is his business? So why we need to know business is, if you know his business, you can connect all the dots by yourself only. You no need to look back and front. Okay. So why you need to know his business? If you know his business, you will understand how he is getting a revenue. How he is getting a revenue. What kind of, how many ways he is getting a revenue, how many ways he is spending money. Okay, how money is spending, how he is preparing a let's say external reports, how he is preparing a P&L account, how he is preparing balance sheet. So what kind of accounting principles he is using. So you have to put your brain. Maybe for freshers it's not that much needed at this point. Maybe slowly once you start working you get to know it. But if the people who are going 5 years of experience and they want to settle down in SAP now, must they have to know it. Okay, they need to understand the logic more than SAP application. You need to understand the logic based on a situation, how you need to react, how you need to answer, how politely you need to ask the information, what kind of information you need to ask, what is the protocol you need to follow. These kind of behavioral things and advisory kind of skills. You should be having a knowledge of advisory also. So once you have that much knowledge, then only you will have your blueprint thorough enough. Otherwise, there will be back and forth. No, in a blueprint also, business will say, "Hey, we have not asked you to do this. Why you have done this?" So many discussions will happen. Okay, let it be. So Individually, we know what to do. Everybody is doing what it is assigned. And daily, what our team manager will do, team manager will conduct daily. There are two calls. One is in a beginning of day. Let's say you were working in on-site. Let's say if you're working in a US. So what is your job time? Maybe in India 7 p.m. you will start working there, or 5 p.m. you start working there. Okay. There could be in a team also, there is a differentiation. One, there is implementation. You should understand among these 33 people, among these 33 people, mostly 50% or else 40% of people will go to the customer location. Why we need to go to the customer location? If you see the face of a customer, if the customer sees your face, okay, the output will come in a good manner. That is the intention. So that is the reason you need to understand. In IT, there are on-sites, there are offshores. What does it mean by on-site? In a sense, the person who is working in Infosys, but currently he went to the site in a sense, customer place. If customer is belongs to US, you were sitting in US client office and you were working for this project. Who is offshore guy in a sense? You are also working for that customer only, but your job role is from India. You are supporting Infosys India. Okay. There are portions, maybe you guys know it, right? You guys know it or don't know? On-site or offshore? You want me to tell little more on this? Okay. So let's say for whom we are developing. This is developing for whom? Who is our customer or a client? Okay, Tata Motors in a sense. Let us think Jahnavi, it's a good company. It's an Indian company, right? It's an Indian company. If you're working in India, let's say you are also belongs to India. In Infosys you join, but your base location also India. So in India also we can call on-site and offshore. Okay. So what I told is among the five members, hey Jahnavi, you go to the Tata Motors, maybe Jamshedpur, they have some factory. Okay, you go there and from there you work. So myself, I am Krishna. I am working from Bangalore Infosys office. Okay. What is the difference between you and me? You are in on-site of a customer. You are working from a customer place. That is called on-site. Okay. The person who is working from an Infosys office, he is a offshore guy. You got it? Few people will work from an on-site, let's say customer location. Few people will work from an office location. Okay. That we call it as an on-site and offshore. If your customer, let's say Tata Motors belongs to US, then you will go to US until this project completes, maybe 8 months, 12 months. If it is a long process, you may stay there for a long period also. Okay. That is where it's a depend on your knowledge, your luck. There something matters. Okay. So, but it's not that big deal. Definitely, you will get a chance. Okay, everybody will get a chance. Maybe somebody will get ahead. Maybe somebody will get a later time. But definitely, you'll get on-site opportunities. You'll get. Okay. So, project manager will set up a call based on convenience of on-site people and offshore people. He'll set up a call, and in the beginning, if the most of the workforce is from India in Indian morning time, maybe let's say if office is getting started 9 o'clock, 9:30, he'll set up a call. Okay, that is a status call, we can call it as, or else we can call it as a stand-up call, we can call it as. In this call, what he'll do is he'll ask each team member, or not a team member, each team lead from a individual modules, hey, how is the project execution going? So tell me from FSEO how it is going. Do you have any issues with anybody in a team? He'll ask. So how many IT providers we have here? How many IT providers we have? Only Infosys? No, right? Infosys only belongs to functional support, right? So Infosys team has to tell, hey, functionally we are going good. Maybe if FSEO consultant has any dependency with the material management, they'll say, I'm waiting for something from a material management. Maybe material management team also will say, I have a dependency from a FSEO team. They have not yet created their organization structure. Don't mind anything now. What is mean by organization structure? We will get to know. I'm just giving how the discussion will go on. So they have not created a structure. I need their organization structure to do my configuration or my assignment, something they'll say. Then project manager will ask, hey, when can you complete that and make it clear for MM team? He'll ask. We have to tell like the team lead will tell we are almost done. Maybe in next 2 to 3 hours we'll hand over to the MM team. Likewise, everybody has to tell their work progress and are there any concerns they have? Impediments, we call it as impediments in a sense. I have something stopping to know, let my work to be done. Something is stopping me. In that case, team manager will tell, or not only team manager, your team lead only tell. If you have a dependency with the one activity, is there any activity, alternative activity where you don't have a dependency and you can continue your work? Okay, he'll ask you. So he'll ask you to do until the other dependency resolves. Okay. So, and if you say, hey, I have some program issues when I'm doing so and so configuration, I'm getting a ABAP or let's say program errors. Then your team lead will ask, who is supporting ABAP? Okay, AutoStream is supporting. Who is from a Atos representative? Can you please tell me what is going wrong? So he'll talk to everybody in a team so that he knows how the project is executing, how good it is going, or else how bad it is going. And his role is to his the project manager role is to update to the Tata Motors management. Maybe it's a weekly basis. Initially, it's not that sooner. Okay, not that easy to develop everything in a week's time or so, right? The management will take update maybe initially twice in a week, maybe once in a week, like that. They'll take a updates until there is a major concern. There will not be any major discussions also. Okay, everything will go smooth. There will not be any issue. So at the end of the day also, he'll set up one more call. If you're logging off by 6 o'clock or 5:30, by then US on-site team also come if customer belongs to US. In evening call, we have a offshore team and we have an on-site team. Again, he'll ask in the morning, we have discussed this, we have agreed on upon these many points. Okay, by end of today, what is the work progress? You committed something, have you done it? You committed something, have you done it? He'll ask individual team and the team has to give the update. So based on that, he get to know everybody. If somebody is questioning you, somebody is taking a status from you, you feel like you are active. You feel like you don't feel like you are idle. If nobody asking you, you may do your job, but you do little slow, right? Yes or no? But in a project, everything is timeline based. Okay, there are the milestones in every phase. So you have to reach those milestones. Okay, there are a lot to be. There are many learnings also. Okay, you don't feel like I need end to end knowledge. Then only I'll get a job and I'll work. No, nobody knows end to end. Okay, it's on a path. You should know how to go, how to navigate. Okay, you need a basic thing. Okay, that's a 70% of a subject you need to have. The other 30% on the way you learn yourself only. So as IT is always fresh thing to know few things on a day by day basis. Okay, that is how it will go. So we have developed everything done. Now here, let's say most of the time, SF methodology, which was using for SAP ECC, is a time consuming process. Okay, you think let's say project preparation maybe they'll do for a 20 days. Okay. The blueprint preparation may be 2.5 months or 3 months, let's say 3 months. It's not that easy to collect. Okay. So, and maybe in a realization, they'll take a decision. Here, a client will take a decision based on a blueprint as is process, gaps, and to be processed. Client will take a decision in a realization phase whether he want to continue with the his existing system or he want to go for a SAP system. He'll take a call here. If we say yes, then only development system will be no, established and will start the development. If we take a decision no, that is up to him. If he's not happy with the budget, maybe he is not happy with the maybe he has something in his mind. So far, whatever the investment he did, he'll say, okay, I'm done. Now let's close the contract. Everything will be written in a contract only based on a requirement gathering. If I am okay in a realization phase only, I'll take a further step. Otherwise, We'll settle down and let's close the project. Okay, there are possibilities also, but if the customer really want to go for SAP, what they will do, they'll do initial groundwork. Once they are ready, then only they'll come to this stage. Most of the projects will go on. Okay, nothing will be stopped in realization, but still. Okay, in a realization phase only, the system will be set up and we develop and we can show to the business users. Let's say this is 3 months, let's say close to 4 months. After 4 months time, whatever the business discussions are happened, recorded, that we will build in a realization phase. Okay. Do you think in a realization, whatever we discuss, we developed, and now user has now access to the system. He is trying to test so far whatever we built. What he'll think is he'll get a confusion. Okay. First of all, he'll get a confusion. In real time, it will happen, and they'll ask us, hey, I didn't tell you to do like this. My assumption is something else. I am imagining, SAP is something else it will do, but why is it doing like this? They'll ask. There are users, they'll ask you. That is not your problem or my problem, not his problem also. Okay, that is the kind of knowledge or awareness they have. Okay, so you have to tell them. Maybe if you are a senior, you will get a chance. Otherwise, your team lead will tell, hey, this is how it will work. Everything we have clearly reported in a blueprint. If you want to see it, read the page number, so and so page, so and so configuration document, so and so configuration item. This is a requirement. This is a no based on requirement we build. This is the output you are seeing now. Okay, so maybe there are the back and forth. There are many back and forth no, discussions will happen in realization phase. So that is the reason. Maybe it will take maybe one month, maybe 90 days to take 1.5 month. 90 days it will take. So our thing is explained. We have revisited. If there are any configuration, further changes needed in a blueprint, if it is a small thing, if it is a big thing, what to do, everything we have to do a correction. Finally, we have to go along. Okay, we have to say, we have to let the business say, yes, we are going with this. Then they'll say yes. So the minute, so other processes will be there. Okay, there are in detail process will be there in every stage from FICO perspective, that we will discuss in a real time. The real time in a sense, so this is a high level discussion, right? So in detail discussion we'll have there. We'll discuss, okay, how what we develop, how we develop. After developing, do we need to test? At least we need to test, right? Something we need to test, and we need to also document it. There is somebody tester. He has to test. Okay, his involvement also there in a project, where he'll join, what he'll do, how we need to help a tester. That and all also we'll discuss based on a job role and a project, how it will be, we'll discuss in the coming sessions. Okay, done. Now our thing is captured and we developed. Next, what is mean by final preparation? What do we do here? The experienced persons. Okay. 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 In general, testing has to be done, right? Whatever a developer is done, somebody has to there, he has to test. He'll test. Okay. After his test, nobody will believe his testing also. Again, business will do a UAT testing. Business has to do a testing in a sense. They are not yet familiar with the system, right? Obviously, what we have to do, we have to give a trainings. We have to give a training how SAP system works. What are your business activities? How you need to post the customer invoice, vendor invoice, or let's say how you create asset, how you do a depreciation. There are many topics in a business language that we have to tell them. We have to prepare a documents also here. Okay, sometimes we have to show them really. We have to share our screen and we log in into the system. and we have to help them. Each and everything we have to help them with very patiently. Why? Because you know SAP system very well. Okay, they are not knowing it. Maybe after 7 days, 10 days, they'll tell you new things to you. Okay, which you're not discovered at. Hey, this you can post like this. Simply you can post. There are cases. Okay, but you have to take everything positively. Let's say somebody will ask cross questions also. Okay, it doesn't mean he is blaming you. That is his problem, because once everything is done, you are nowhere appear, right? He has to struggle with it. So they'll ask questions, you have to show. Then once they understood, there is a phase for them to test. That we call it as a UAT. UAT in a sense, user acceptance testing. So here business will also test. If a business also tests, everything goes fine, all fine. Here also it will take again, let's say 2 months. Okay, 2 months. Then finally everything is fine and all are agreed, happy. Okay, we have a go live. Before go live, we do some cutover activities. What is meant by cutover activities? This point also will cover in a real-time topic. Now let us discuss only as of methodology, which is delivered by standard SAP to implement your SAP ECC. Okay. What is mean by go live and support is, so in a certain date, what business before only Tata Motors told to Infosys or all the IT partners, so and so date, let's say 1st April 2023 onwards, I want to see my business in SAP system. I'm no more using my existing system, that also we call it as a legacy system. Maybe they are using currently Oracle, they don't want to use Oracle. 1st April 2023 onwards, they want to use SAP system which you are building. That is our go live date. What is our go live date? First of April 2023. That is our go live date. On the date, so our transports, what are the configuration you have done? Everything changes. In this phase, in realization, you built. Okay, everything you built, developer built. These changes are moved to the quality system here. Changes will move to the quality system here. Quality system. Once changes are in a quality system only, testing is possible. Okay. So testing is done, everything is done. What is the other system landscape we have? We have a production, right? Which is a real system which will be operated for the business in the system. On a certain date, when we have a go live date, on that date, all the transports from a quality system to production system will be moved. How they will move, what are the tools we have, what is the process, what are the different process, that and all we'll discuss later. Okay. So once we have a transports here, immediately they cannot use their the business activities. There are some cutover activities we definitely need to do. Okay. So what are the cutover activities? We'll discuss, as I said, in a later. But in a overall, this is how the real-time process works. Okay. So maybe you understood fully, maybe you didn't understood fully, but it's okay. There, once the course end, at the end, we'll discuss everything. How we did our project, okay, in what phase, what you have done, everything you will understand clearly. Okay, so far any concerns? And again, I'm telling this implementation process was used for SAP ECC implementation. In new system SAP S/4HANA, we have an active methodology, which is very new and very interesting also. We don't have this many phases. What is the one reason SAP is come up with the active methodology is, if you look at here there is a lot of confusion. There is a lot of time taking process. Okay. It's not that much straightforward, but initially in 1993 when they implemented based on that market and circumstances, that was fine. Okay, but looking at the current roadmap in a fourth century, this is not that easy. Okay, this is not that easy. That is the reason nobody will run the project like a year or 8 months. Maybe more than a year also, few projects will run. Okay, that is very problematic statement. That is the reason they come up with the active methodology that we will discuss. Okay. So far, I am taking a little fast. So to know about activate methodology, I have already told you guys. Okay. You can yourself, you can go on, you can search in a Google, right? So you go to the Google and you type SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer. You just type like this. Okay. SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer. Likewise, before we have SF Methodology Roadmap Viewer also we have, but that is old one. Okay, you no need to spend much in now there. Okay, you just concentrate on Activate Methodology. How does it work? You just click on Roadmap Viewer SAP Go Support. There are a lot of documents. Okay, you can go through it. So just click on it. So it's a bit slow. That's right. What happened to it? Oh, sorry. So, what I would suggest you is you just have your eye check done and get aspects. If it is happening only for you, so yeah. Okay. The minute you click here, you just click. You don't have a. There is a SID and password. What is meant by SID to log in? That and all we'll discuss later. Now you just click. I don't have any access. Unknowingly, you just type it. It will take you. Now you just click here, explore all roadmaps. Okay, you see here SAP Activate methodology for SAP S4 HANA Cloud. You just click on it. Okay, so this is how your active methodology will run. In active methodology, what are the phases you have? You have a discover. Okay, what is meant by discover? We'll discuss in a summary level, not in this high level. My point is, if at all you have a time later, okay, you don't waste your time. You just go there and read out when you get a time, which will be very helpful in a real time market. Everybody asking this only. Okay, if you give some interview nowadays, they're asking general terms, but more into SAP because sooner time every client is going to SAP S4 HANA. That is the reason. Okay. First phase is discover. Okay. In a discover, what will be happening is in a discover, the business and the consultant, everybody has to understand what is SAP S4 HANA. What is it doing? This is to just understand in a discover phase. Okay. So next, whatever we have, what is we have? We have a prepare. In ASAP, what we have first is a project preparation, business blueprint, realize, final preparation, go live. In activate, so let me write them down. So in active, what are the steps we have? First is discover. So we need to understand what is SAP S4 HANA. So, what is the difference between SAP ECC and SAP S4 HANA? If you know that much, that is enough. Okay. So, main things are one is a database, one is a user interface, the other is functionalities. These three things are the difference between your SAP ECC and SAP S4 HANA. That you need to understand. The second one is prepare. It is similar to your business blueprint phase. Okay, in SAP, SF methodology, we have a blueprint preparation. Likewise, in active methodology, we have a prepare phase. Okay, exactly what we'll do here is uh, in SF methodology, in which phase we see a system, In which phase system will be configured by basis consultant? In active methodology, we have a system available in a prepare only. Second phase only, we have a system available. Okay. And we have a system available. We conduct workshops here with the business. Now we will not waste our time in active methodology. Everything is planned well, and it's worthy to have. It's a productive, I would say. So here only we have a time. When we are discussing with the business in ASAP methodology, you are not showing system to the business. They don't understand. Everything is going by assumption. Maybe the fact after 3 months of a time in ASAP methodology, you show a system to the business. Okay. Now in S4 HANA, in prepare phase only, you have a system available. You log into the system, whatever discussion they'll show in their system, whatever discussion you show in the SAP S4 HANA system, everything is one to one, like system to system, so that everything is crystal clear and there will not be any surprises later. They don't go in a confusion. They'll also understand now. They'll see the screens also. If there are any concerns, they'll tell you then and there only. There is no problem further. Okay. So workshops we are conducting. And also the big advantage is here in SAP S4 HANA, if you want to show something in SAP ECC in any phase, okay, any workshop or anything, what you have to do? You have to configure something. You have to assume the customer business. You have to build something by your own, and you have to show to the business, right or wrong? So, Jahnavi and Neha, in SAP ECC, if anything you want to show to the business how SAP functionality works, what you have to do is you have to spend some hours of time and you have to build that. You have to get an output. Once you are confident enough, then only you will go to the customer and you show to the customer in a workshop. Okay. So that is the time taking and it's a problematic thing, right? To avoid that in SAP S4 HANA, okay, guided configuration is there. What is there? Guided. What is mean by guided configuration in a sense? Hey, industry wise, you no need to worry. Okay, I have already configuration done. I have done everything. Everything is readily available for you. Whatever a topic you want, you just choose it. You take that configuration path, you explore some time and you show the same configuration to the business. Here you are saving a lot of time. It's not that easy to configure everything and show to them, right? So to avoid to save the time, SAP has come up with a guided configuration. Guided configuration in a sense, if you need any company code also will be created. If you need anything, let's say you need any controlling area also created. If you need any profit center reporting, that is also there. So external reports you want to show to the business, everything is default no, configured and given to you. You just have to execute and show as per your requirement. Here, lot of time is saving, right? Yes or no? Correct, 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 correct. You are right. So for a guided configuration also, like active methodology. So like active method or whatever a URL in a Google, we went and we typed SAP active roadmap viewer, right? So for a guided configuration for a best practice explorer, there is a separate URL. I'll show you. So you just have to go there and based on your requirement, you select a module. In FI module, you want to select FI. In FI, what are the submodules? What is the topic you like to show to the business? You just show, you just select, and you can download also. Okay, for a matter, in SAP, we've discussed it. What are the licenses we have? We have an on-premises license we have. We have a cloud we have, right? There are different versions are coming. So to save a time, always the other thing is, in Google, always the server will not work. Maybe when exactly, when importantly you need, that time server may go down. What the most of the consultants will do is, when server is up, they'll download all the guided configuration, best practices which SAP is providing. Everything they'll download and they'll keep it in their local drives in a system, so that we no need to bother always, right? We just go there and we'll open a document, we'll read out, we'll show to the business directly. This is saving a lot of time, right? And it is building confidence to the developer also, right? You no need to go back and forth. Some configurations, maybe you have a dependency with a consultant or SD consultant. If you know the concept, you have everything built. Uh, you just have to look once before you show to the business. Later, you have to show the same to the business. Make sure they'll ask you questions. You have enough knowledge to answer. That anyway, senior guy will take care. Okay, but you should understand, in SAP S/4HANA, there is a provision. We no need to worry. Everything is pre-configured. We can refer that. When you are doing actual configuration also, if at all you have any concern, you can always refer a predefined best practice configurations in SAP. That will help you a lot. Got it? I'll give you that path in some time. Okay? Clear? Huh? Getting a phases. Let's say the third one is these phases also. Once we're doing, maybe once we're done with the end-to-end implementation, we'll revisit all these topics, whatever we are discussing initially. Definitely we have to come back. Otherwise, maybe in a flow somebody will forget also. But to get the job, to succeed, you have to know these things mustly. The configuration part, SAP knowledge, that is anyway you learn how much I tell also, you learn whatever you understood and whatever you concentrate. That's all. Okay, that's not big deal also. If you forgot any configuration, anything also, in real time, I'm telling you truly, you can get n number of documents, n number of videos, maybe in a Google, in a YouTube, you can get anywhere. No need to come and attend a no training, real time training. Why you are here to understand? You need a practicality, right? That is where you need to spend a time. The other things, maybe nobody will work. I told you 100% configuration, nobody will work. Even I have not worked 100%. Okay, so there is a area always you have to learn. When there is a situation, you should learn how to overcome it. That is a must quality every consultant should have. Okay, fearless consultant, I'm saying. You should not have a fear. Don't mind if they're paying you salary more. It doesn't mean that they have a knife in your neck. No. Okay. There is a way you have to find out. Don't take it like very fearly, and don't struggle like that. Okay. Maybe you have to buy a time. You have to spend a time. Your thought process will bring you there. When you understand these all real time points. If you only concentrate on a configuration, yes, again you are doing a wrong mistake. Okay. So, what is the third point? What is the third one? The third one is explore. Okay. Here, explore, what we do is, likewise in a prepare whatever we do. Here also we'll show workshops in detail manner, and we'll show the system will be given to the users also to get the feel. Okay. So So whatever we discussed in a prepare, okay, what they'll do, they'll also get a system hands-on and they'll do work on it. What is the best advantage in a explore phase is, in SAP ECC, whatever we do, First, we'll understand from them, we'll understand from a business, we'll understand. Based on their requirement, we'll find out a gap, and based on that, we'll prepare a to be document. Okay, but in S4 HANA, it's not like that. First, we'll show them in SAP S4 HANA what it is delivering to your business. First, we will tell them this is already there in SAP. Your business requirement. Now tell me. I am explaining step by step, process by process. I am explaining based on your business. If the business, your client is in a manufacturing, you need to take the best practices which are used for a manufacturing, not like a service industry. We should not mix up the things. Okay, there should be clear identification. If the customer is belongs to the industry, the same industry related information we need to discuss, we need to talk. Common objects are okay. Okay, but business perspective, based on your client, whatever kind of business is doing, that kind of explanation and functionalities only you have to show. That will be segregated by your team leads in a project. You no need to worry. So here we'll show them already this much is there. Maybe you want 10 functionalities. Already standard SAP is delivering six functionalities straight away. The four functionalities, maybe you have a requirement little different. In SAP they have, but you are expecting little more. There is a deviation in that. We'll work out that later. But here, this we call it as a fit and gap. Explore, we call it as fit and gap. How much is fitting? Already SAP solution, how much is fitting to your business? Out of it, what is a gap? What is not fitting to your business? So it is easy, right? Easy or no? We're showing them what is there in SAP. They'll also understand. No further questions on these topics. Exactly, we need to work on a gaps where we have a gaps, right? Yes or no? Yes. This that is the reason we call it as a validation workshops. Right word is validation workshops. So we'll understand what is a fit, what is a gap. Jahnavi, are you getting? Neha? So, okay. Okay. The other one is, the fourth one is realize. However, we have in a SF methodology, likewise, we have also realize. But here, relays will be handled little different. Okay, there are new terms. Maybe you guys don't know. Okay, so we'll refer the same sheet once we are thorough with the topics, and we'll discuss this relays. I can write the names, but you guys know might get a confused. If you don't get a confused, then I'll write. I am just writing a name. Say you don't go with along. If you have a time, if you want to Google it this term, and if you want to learn, that is fine. Scrum. This is a Scrum. Okay, Scrum in a sense, it's a. So what are we doing here in ASF methodology? What are the total configuration business is needed? Everything is carrying in one time, right? Maybe if the contract duration, maybe the project duration is 12 months, we are carrying everything in that 12 months only, right? It's a heavy, right? For the people who are working on a project, for them it's heavy, right? At a time, we want to deliver 100%. Yes or no? This is how SF methodology work. No, here, so here what I'm telling is, in SF methodology, what are we doing? We are delivering all business needs in a one time, which we plan maybe 12 months, maybe 1.5 year as a project planning, and we are delivering, right? Everything is one time. Is that a simple process, simple to handle, or is this a hectic process? Hmm, correct. So in SF methodology, it's not that easy to digest also. Okay. there is a lot of confusion. There are a lot of processes. You built 10 configurations, maybe 8 only work, 2 might not work, maybe 10 will work, maybe effectively may not work. There are a lot of problems in as of methodology. Okay. But here, so we will not take everything as at a time. We'll not take it, everything in one time load. Scrum means what we'll do is we will connect with business users on a regular basis. So, and phases wise. So, phases wise and based on their need wise. So, we'll not take everything at a time load. We plan very easily, and there is a Scrum. Scrum in a sense, continuation development. This is Scrum. You call Agile. You call DevOps. Okay, there are terminologies. These are the methods. Okay, these are the methods in SLDC. SLDC means what? SDLC. Sorry. Life cycle. If anybody asks you as a software consultant, as an application consultant, you should know this terminology. SDLC in a sense, software development life cycle. To develop your application effectively, there are ways to follow. Few ways are like Scrums, Agile, DevOps. Okay, these are the real-time processes. How they work, I'll explain in detail. For now, you understand it making easy for the developer to understand exactly the business needs. Let's say on a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis, you understand and you do it. Okay, there is no much load for you, and there is no much expectation from a business also. Why? Most of the things will be sorted here only, right? Okay, whatever a solution business needed, in a fit 60% of a solution, maybe 50% of a solution you are already providing. What is leftover percentage for that? What is urgent? Immediately business needed. In how much time they need? Maybe one solution, one gap, one solution which is not there in SAP. I need maybe in 1 month. We'll plan that 1 month only. Which is second priority? Maybe I need after 3 months. The third priority, maybe I need a 6 months later time. Likewise, we'll get the requirement clearly. So you tell me, rather I'm telling, so for a business, good to have a solution, okay, which is going to use in a future, but which is very much needed current for a current use, right? Yes or no? What is needed now, that is needed now. Which is needed future, that you can deliver a little later time, right? You can do as per your plan, but you need to deliver which is definitely needed today. That is where you can focus with the realize and explore. This activate methodology's main goal is this only. If anybody asks you active, you remember fit and gap. Everything will answer comes from here only. You have to tell it helps to fit and gap. Got it? Yeah. Material pricing related, you can use the term first in, first out. Okay. Priority wise, we can talk. Okay. So others will get confused. I'll show you FIFO where we have in a coming sessions, but yes, on a priority we can think. Okay, assume we have a pressures also. Okay, that is more we need to concentrate. On a need basis, we will work. That's simple. Activate methodology focuses is what is already there. We will tell white and black so that business is able to understand what is a gap. Gap. How many topics are we have a gap? What is the priority of them? We'll plan. Will deliver through these things. Scrum, Agile, DevOps. What does it mean? We'll discuss later. If I tell also, everything takes a lot of time. Okay, the last one, maybe not last one, the fifth one is deploy. What is mean by deploy? The fit we can deliver. So whatever functionality is fit, we can deliver. Whatever gap we are bringing live. So it means whatever we developed, we are deploying. Once we deploy it, what they'll do again? We have phases, right? UAT, testing phase, everything. How carries in ECC. Likewise, in deploy, they'll do a testing. Testing team will do a testing. Business will do a UAT. So finally, we have a go live and support there, right? Here we call it as a run. What is it? Run. Run means go live. So it is talking. Run means go live. Support. So business started using. These are the terminologies, but to understand more, as I told you, go to this roadmap, activate roadmap, and you just spend some time to read this out. In simple term, I've told in each phase what will be done. You just spend some time and you understand, explore more. In other words, but whatever you explore this much, if you read also, you don't remember. Okay, but better to read, but in a short, you remember at least these points to help you to complete your get success in your interview and in your real time also. Okay, so here the other one is rather support. We will work continuously to improve our system. So our target is here, whatever a gap is been identified, continuously we have to work on, we have to give a better experience to the business. So this is how ASAP methodology in SAP ECC to choose to know develop the application. In S4 HANA, we have active methodology. But from going forward, let us take Tata Motors as an example, right? Let us maybe take two, three customers, maybe at least one or two customers will take. Hey, if you selected for them, so what is the business terminology we talk, how we develop. So the other processes we'll discuss in a tomorrow class. Okay.